I have a Chipotle avocado fry, or avocado Chipotle fry. So it's got a little bit of a spice to it, which is kind of fun. It's crunchy on the outside and soft on the inside, and it's kind of delicious. Right, Mike?
Really good.
That sounds good.
It's really good. So here's the recipe for this. So you have 2 avocados that you slice. You have 1 juice of 1 lime, half a cup of flour, 2 egg whites, 1 cup of panko breadcrumbs, half teaspoon of chipotle, the pepper flakes, a half teaspoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, a half teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, half a teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, and 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Oh, look at that typo. It's late, y'all, when I'm trying to do these things. Olive oil or avocado oil. I tell you, sometimes it's 2 in the morning when I'm trying to do these little recipe things. So be kind out there. So I went ahead because it takes a while. It's like, doing this is like when my grandmama used to make pork, she called them pioneer pork chops, where she would dredge it in the flour and then in the breadcrumb or whatever, and then, in the egg and all that and fry it. Same principle. So we're gonna, dredge it in the flour, do the egg white, do the breadcrumb, but it takes a while to do, and you don't have all day, nor do I. So I have pre-done them, but I'm gonna show you, this is what they're gonna look like afterwards, and we're gonna put these in the oven. But I just wanna show you how you get there to do one, and we'll just put this one on there and cook it too, why not? So I'll just sit that there. So here's my avocado that I've already sliced, and there's the breadcrumbs, and it has all that spicy yumminess in there. Flour, obviously, egg white, and I will explain this little number here. Yeah, what's going on there? Ooh, that's one of my fun tools that I love. I didn't put that on my favorite tool list. I should have. I forgot all about that. So anyway, you have your avocado, you have that, and it's kind of cool to do an assembly line kind of thing going with it. And I try to not mix hands just because it starts to get ooey gooey. Okay. If that makes any sense. Yeah. So I'm going to keep this kind of my dry hand, the left hand, and keep this kind of my wet hand. So I'm going to dredge that in the flour. I'm going to put that in there.
That's your wet hand.
That's my wet hand. I'm going to throw that back in there and go back to my dry hand.
Oh, yeah. Look at you.
And there.
Oh, yeah. Wow. So Lisa, is the avocado a little hard?
Okay, so a couple things. Avocado is a little bit hard.
Okay.
No jokes.
Question.
We're talking about avocado here, folks. Now, avocado is a little bit hard because you don't want it to be too mushy. It's not gonna cook well. Also, that's what the lime juice is for. The lime juice is there to keep it from turning brown and oxidizing. So it's gonna maintain, when you take it out of the oven, it should maintain that green color inside. Oh. There's the other one. I'm putting that in, and that's that, folks. I'm gonna move this. And while, Mike, you can take a shot of that while I wash my paws back here.
Oh, that looks good. Yeah, that looks really good. That looks good already.
Yeah. So it's really easy to do. Mm-hmm. Great way to get kids to eat avocado.
That's right. That's superfood.
That's superfood, and they'll like the crunch. They'll fool them into thinking they're eating something, crunchy or whatever. So this is going in the oven, baked at 400 degrees for about 15 minutes. So we're going to throw those in while I cook up everything else.
I have a question, Lisa.
Yes, love.
The panko crumbs?
Pankos, yes.
Panko crumbs?
Yes.
Are those ever pre-seasoned like bread?
Yeah,
crumbs?
you can buy them pre-seasoned. Mm-hmm. I've seen the Italian seasoning, and I'm actually going to. I have people that watch the show that I talk to on Instagram that are gluten-free. My daughter eats a lot of gluten-free food. I want to try this recipe using a gluten-free breadcrumb, which now I've moved it, but I have found it. I don't know where I put them. I found a company that makes gluten-free panko breadcrumbs.
That's awesome.
And so I want to give that a try and try to make this whole thing gluten-free, which will be kind of cool.
That's a great idea.
Because
a lot
I think
of people are gluten-free now.
Yeah, I think and even if you're not, it's good to kind of like lighten up on the gluten every once in a while, just because it's better. But anyway, so those are in the oven for, like I said, 400 degrees for 15 minutes, and they're going to come out crunchy. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do something really fast. Let's back it up. One thing. One thing.
I'm in
really quickly. I know I just put it in the oven, but I'm gonna take it out.
Tool.
That's what I'm
That's
saying. To get the crunch, see, I forget these things all the time.
That's all right.
To get the crunch, you can spray a little oil. Now, we know Pam spray and all that, right?
Right. Yeah.
But this allows you to put whatever oil you want, you know what you're getting, and you're doing it yourself. So you kind of pump it, and it's going to spray. And I'm just going to spray a little bit of oil on each one of these because that's going to make them have a little bit more of a golden, crunchy golden look to them. That's my olive oil. Now, when I tested this out, my oil. When I test this out, I've done it with avocado oil just to layer the avocado. It tasted just as delicious, But I love this thing, multi-purpose. I don't represent this company. It's just a tool that I love, so I'm just sharing it with you. Right. But it's multi-purpose in that, you could lightly spritz it on your vegetables, or in the morning if you're making eggs and you just want a little bit of oil, or whatever oil. It could be coconut oil if you're using the liquefied, or you liquefy it yourself. You could do that. I think it prefers probably oils that don't, do that thing.
Is that online, or was that?
Yes, I did get it online, and I'll tell you where I got it on my blog.
All right.
Because I don't want to do an advertisement.
Right. We'll go to the blog.
We'll go to the blog. But anyway, so that's that. They're in the oven, like I said. So now I want to make my sauce, and my sauce couldn't be easier. Let's pull up the recipe for that. The saucy sauce, chipotle sauce. So fourth cup, and I'm going to laugh in a second, of the chipotle and adobo sauce. Mike's cracking up. Well, I'll tell you why. 1/8 teaspoon of ground cumin, 1 garlic clove, a 1/2 cup of mayo, a 1/2 cup of plain yogurt, juice of 1 lime, 1 1/4 teaspoon of lime zest, and a 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. And here's all of that. This stuff is dangerous.
Oh, boy.
When I first did it, testing it out, this is why you have to test your recipes, y'all, if you're making your own recipes.
Right.
Little old me was like, I'm just going to dump the whole can in.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, it was hot. You could do it if that's your thing. It was really hot, but I decided to use 1/4 of a can, which isn't even a 1/4 of a cup, which isn't even 1/2 of a can. It's still going to have a kick to it. Like, it just is going to have a kick to it. So let's get that in there. And where are you at overhead, Mike, so I can get you centered so it's not so crazy.
Kevin's got a challenge for us because every time you say Chipotle, we have to drink.
Oh, no. It's not that kind of show today, Kevin. Not that kind of show. So we've got that. I'm going to spoon in the mayo.
All right.
And reaching over. This is full fat Greek yogurt, by the way, that I'm using, the plain. You can use 2%. I wouldn't use the no fat, but you could go down to 2% if you wanted to. That was my garlic. I chopped my garlic up. I know it's in the blender, but I like to give it a head start. You know what I'm saying? That's the cumin. Get my salt in there. I'm not adding any additional black pepper. Don't need to. And okay, I wanted to do my zest. So I've got my handy dandy microplane, this. I'm just doing it directly over it. So it's really fresh.
Wow.
And you see there, you still have that. Tap, tap, tap. Gone.
No waste.
Yeah. No waste. So that's how you do that fresh. I'm going to scoot that over. We're going to slice our thing. This is my other favorite tool. I feel like this is kind of a tool show. I have so many people, they're like, oh my God, I got one of those.
I do too.
So there's the water. I'm trying the lime juice. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Thanks for that front shot there, Mike. And you can go back in and just squeeze it a little bit more because there's always a little more juice in there.
Yeah.
So I'm doing everything fresh.
Fresh.
Woo.
Is that like a medium-sized lime?
No. Oh, this is I would say medium size. Limes have been really good right now. They've been juicy. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're kind of, I don't know.
Dry. I haven't had them dry.
Yeah, they're kind of dry and not great. So we're going to just put that on. Ready, sound man? that's it. Woo, woo, woo. I'm going to move this out of the way.
Wasn't that loud?
I know, actually, this is pretty good about what it's doing. And I'm going to take that and just pour it out.
Saucy.
There's that saucy sauce.
Saucy sauce.
Now, you could use this if you want to dip the avocado fry in.
Oh, that's a great idea.
But I made this especially for the chicken burger.
Okay.
Just to give it that extra, extra something, something. And that's that. There you have that.
And I love how you say you can save it for something else.
Yes, you can save this totally for something else. This is totally great, totally good. So I'm gonna put the sauce over on the side. And
This is the first I've never had avocado fries.
Me neither.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I can't wait.
well, I'll bring them over. You can test them out.
Yes!
Can't wait to do
That's why I'm here.
And there they are, the avocado fries. They're kind of fun. And I'm gonna grab a little plate. Boy, you know what? Today, I got ready really fast and I was like, oh, Mike, I'm done.
You are awesome.
No, I'm not. I left a bunch of stuff out that I forgot to do. I'm using a fish spatula to pull these off, but you know what? That's what I saw over there, so I just grabbed it. Had I not said it, people probably wouldn't have known, but it's okay.
It works.
But it's
Spatula envy. I'm like, ooh, that's a nice big
I
spatula.
know. One of those.
we're live, and you do what you got to do to keep it moving, and that's why I like live, right?
That is funny.
So I'm going to move that. Like, I don't even have my. Oh my gosh.
You're good. Go down.
Oh, I don't care. I'm being transparent. There they are, though. There's those yummy, yummy fries. Yes. So I'm going to bring those over to you guys to taste. And I actually, look at you guys are getting you're hilarious. I'm going to spoon a little bit of the chipotle sauce into that because I need some. I'm going to make a mess. Transparency day, guys. I'm not even trying to be neat here. There we go. Okay, I'm going to bring.
I know, smell-o-vision. We need to do that because it smells so good.
If you guys could see what's going on behind the scenes, I almost tripped over everything. That's all Okay, here are the fries.
Yay.
There you go.
Wow.
And there's the sauce. It might still be a little hot, but you know what?
So good.
It's okay.
Oh, nice texture. Yes.
Give it a taste.
Oh my God, they're so good. They're really good.
Okay.
Yeah?
This is amazing.
This is amazing.